All right, let's play a game. Have you ever heard these 6 little words and felt a cold wave of dread wash over you? Hey, have you got a minute? Your brain screams, "No, I have negative minutes. I am currently time bankrupt." But what comes out of your mouth? A cheerful, high-pitched, "Of course, what's up?" If that sounds familiar, congratulations. You, my friend, are a recovering, or maybe still practicing, people pleaser. And I say that as the former president, CEO, and star employee of the club. Let me tell you about my rock bottom moment, my villain origin story, if you will. A few years ago, I was working on a big project. Let's call it Project Eagle. My boss asked if I could also help a colleague on his project, Project Sparrow. My brain said, "You are already drowning in eagle-related tasks." But my mouth said, "Absolutely. I love sparrows." Then another team member asked if I could help them proofread their Project Pigeon report because I was so good with details. Before I knew it, my job title was basically head of ornithology. My calendar looked like a failed game of Tetris. I was working late, fueled by coffee and the desperate hope that everyone would think I was the most helpful, capable person in the world. And you know what happened? I did a mediocre job on all of it. Project Eagle was late. Project Sparrow had mistakes. And the pigeon report, I'm pretty sure I approved a typo that said public relations instead of pubic relations. Not great. The final straw was my performance review. My boss gave me one of those classic compliment sandwiches that was basically 2 stale pieces of bread and a tiny sad sliver of ham. He said, "You're such a great team player, but your core project's quality has slipped. But we really appreciate your can-do attitude." That's when it hit me. My desperate need to be seen as super helpful made me completely unhelpful. By trying to please everyone, I ended up letting everyone down, including myself. My people-pleasing had backfired spectacularly. So I went on a journey, a quest to learn how to say no. And it was terrifying. It felt like I was being rude or selfish, but it wasn't. It was about self-respect. And from that quest, I brought back 3 treasures, or, well, tips that actually work. This is your new superpower. When someone asks you for something, your people-pleaser instinct is to say yes immediately. Fight it. Instead, take a breath and say one of these magical phrases. Let me check my calendar and get back to you. That sounds interesting. I need to see what my current workload looks like first. Can I think on that for a bit and let you know by the end of the day? The pause does 2 things. It stops you from making a commitment you'll regret, and it signals to the other person that your time is valuable and needs to be managed. It's a professional buffer. A direct no can feel harsh. So soften it with a helpful alternative. This is my go-to formula. A polite no followed by a but, that offers a different solution. Someone asks you to lead a new committee? Thanks so much for thinking of me. My plate is too full to give that the attention it deserves right now, but I'd be happy to join the first brainstorming session to help you get started. A friend wants you to help them move on a Saturday you'd reserved for yourself. I'm already committed this Saturday, but I'm free Sunday afternoon for a couple of hours. If you still need a hand, then you're still being helpful, but on your own terms. It's a game changer. This is the big one. We people please because we are terrified of disappointing someone. We dread that flicker of annoyance or sadness in their eyes. Here's the truth. You are responsible for delivering your no respectfully. You are not responsible for their emotional reaction to it. A reasonable person will understand. And if they get angry or guilt trip you for having boundaries, that's not a you problem, that's a them problem. It's a massive red flag that they were benefiting from you not having boundaries in the first place. Look, quitting the people-pleasing game doesn't happen overnight. It's a muscle you have to build. You'll still feel that twinge of guilt sometimes. But every time you protect your time and energy, you're not just being kind to yourself. You're ensuring that when you do say yes, you can give it your absolute best. You're not a vending machine where people can push a button and get whatever they want. You're a person with finite time and energy. Start spending it wisely. The worst that will happen is that some people might be mildly disappointed. And the best that will happen, you get your life back. And subscribe for more tips on how to navigate work and life without losing your mind.